Hi, and welcome to our YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. Just search for Climbing Clouds. In the meantime, hope you enjoy this hike.
We're in the car. We left about 20 past 4, and we're just coming up towards the bridge of Orkney.
Right, so hopefully you can hear me all right. So we're parked just off the A830 on the road to Mallaig, about 5 miles east of Glenfinnan.
Yeah, that's about right, mate. That's about right.
Bikes are off the car and ready for us to go.
Yeah.
There's a few other cars here in the car park, so
should be
other folk we'll find on the way out.
Should be round about 8 o'clock at the moment.
Yep, the time is 8:05.
I think my phone's in the car actually.
Right, so
So
time's
8:05.
The route is
all
supposed
prepped.
to be somewhere in the 7 to 9 region mark. That is walking, but we shall see how we get on with it. I don't think we're too fussed about length of time overall. We have the day for it, and tomorrow's a bank holiday, so unlike Liam, who's got the day off, I am working tomorrow, but it'll be a nice quiet day, so should be alright anyway. I'm just setting the Garmin Gulvain. Oh aye, so that's the hill we're doing today. Gulvain, or if you want to take the literal pronunciation, Garvain.
It's in my chest pocket the whole time, my phone, so didn't have to do
pocket.
that. Yeah, it's in my chest pocket. Just making sure, triple checking we have everything. Right,
Yep,
so
we're good to go.
plan of action. How long's the cycle in, roughly?
What's that?
How long's the cycle in, roughly?
About an hour. It's
an hour
about an hour's
cycling.
walking, from what I can tell.
Yeah, that's right.
Aye, so it's about an hour walking in, but we're not walking in, we're cycling in. So
Yeah,
I reckon maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
something
We'll just
like
see how
that.
it goes.
Yeah, just take it as we go. Right.
Right. Grab my bike and let's get going. an old sheep pen or cattle pen or something.
Yeah, it looks like a cattle house or cattle pen. Wee bit downgraded and destroyed a wee bit, but
Definitely.
whether it be to do with too many winters or to do with, you know, just never bothered to maintain it, this definitely was some kind of cattle pen, probably for sheep, based on what's on the inside. We're going to have a quick drink of water here.
Definitely. So we're about 2/3 of the way for the cycle in, and we've just came across a view of this, and that is our Munro. So, oh, a wee bit of bog there, squelchy. That's our Munro, so shouldn't be too long before we get these bikes up and running and chained up and ready to start incline. That's us, finished the cycle. Bikes are just down there behind us. We'll get them strapped to this dike just shortly.
Yep. So it's just like an old farmer's wall basically. It's probably been here hundreds of years, but we've just cycled in. It's about what, maybe nearly 6k or something? 6.5k. Yep. Or for people that prefer the old imperial style, it is just under 4 miles. Yeah, definitely. Well, Midgie's about as you stop, so I think we're going to chain these up, and pretty much ahead of us is these up, and then if I spin them around, trying to find it. Further around. There it is. I don't think so. You sure it's not? Is it that one? Oh, it is higher, aye. Hang on. No, it is that one. It's right in front of us. Doesn't look like much from this angle, but when we seen it further back, oh god, like, you know. So I think this one is over 3,285, I think, from memory. Something 987. Yeah, it's got an initial summit on it where the trig point is at 961, and then you dip down and you walk up to the actual summit. So yeah, there's a couple of guys that were in front of us, and we saw them leaving the car park just as we were arriving. Yeah. So but it looks like it's just those pair and us. So looks like it. It's not the most common, I'd say that, but it is quite neglected. We're quite far up north. Yeah, this one sits way out of the way of the road. It's unseen to most, out towards Gulvain, but we should get some really, well, if the cloud lifts, we'll get some really good views. Round about Invershire to Argyllshire, round about those two areas. So they're the two regions that, if you want to really narrow it down to where we are, it's Invershire. And is it, how are we saying it? Gulvain. Gulvain, that's Gulvain. It. So there's two ways of pronouncing it. There's it's Gulvain to us English, and then the Gaelic pronunciation is Garvain. Yeah, so I was deciding in the car which one I was going with, but Gulvain's popular. Where all the water is. See, there's about 3 people in front of us.
all the way back down, go in to the start. Bikes are somewhere in there. We're just sneaking up here. Tough going, but it'll be rewarding when we get to the top, hopefully. So after all the cycling in and whatnot and getting them chained up, we've just been going through a big load of swampiness. You know, it's a wee bit spitty, but keeps the midges at bay. On my part, it's definitely feels like a more confident climb than my last one in June, which was a bit sketchy. You know, it was a bit ambitious, but I mean, I got it done, but every second step was sore. Whereas, you know, I'm only getting the odd pain here and there on today's trip, and you know, pace is better. Fitness seems fine for the pair of us, and yeah, conditions are adequate. Don't think the view's going to be up to much, but it might change. So, got my 9th X-ray on the 19th of September to see if it's aligned any better, but in the meantime, you know, I'd say progress is decent on my part. I'm quite happy about today. And behind me, lovely set of ridges, a few nice views behind us, but that's not our interest just now. It is up there, so let's get going. Here he is. Hey! Alright. So, it's lunchtime. So, basically we're about, how many metres are we up?
I think just shy of 550. Oh no, 580.
580 metres up, which is pretty decent. You know, it's over definitely over halfway. So there's a local lock that I was looking up online, and we're well aware of it, but we've just managed to get sight of it as well. So around there's Loch a Craig just there. Now obviously you can't see too much of it just now, but it's one of the main ones here, quite big, and of course it's surrounded by plenty of corbets, and of course there is a few Munros in this area, but this one just stands on its own. So Gulvain, yep, it just stands on its own. So, but we've got Michael on a sandwich.
So, just to add to what Liam said, there is two further along at Glenfinnan, Scorthulm and Scorak. Can't remember the rest of the name of that other one. But anyway, there's two there. Then after that, you're heading out towards Neudart, Larven, and places like that.
Yeah, we're pretty fast. You know, it took us about 4 hours to get from Edinburgh up to here. Just to remind you, it's round about, you know, Invershire, like, you know. So we're pretty much just going to gobble this because we're kind of running out of steam a wee bit, and it is a big one. And you know, there's a nice breeze here, and we're hoping on these rocks. We've found rocks because if we go in the long grass, there's been quite a lot of ticks and clegs as well, so I'm a bit worried about that. However, it's going all right. We'll just finish this break and we'll hopefully see you at the top. Cheers.
Still a bit of work to do. At least it's in the sights now.
So definitely about 900 metres up now, so about Munro height. And the reason I know is because there's a trig point. That's not our finish, unfortunately. It's that beast over there. So this is the trig point to symbolise that we're obviously at the right height, but the actual cairn itself, is that little thing there. Yay! The summit! Thank goodness! Absolute mission! 6 km cycle in, and a massive, like 3,260 odd feet, and we finally get to touch it. Yes, we've got all the way to get back, but that'll be that. And there it is.
Right, apologies, I'm doing this freehand with no mic at the top of this cairn, at the top of Gulvain, 987 metres, and here is the view.
Well, can't believe we're sitting here enjoying the fact that we've gone and hit the summit, and it's, I tell you, one of the longest routes we've done in a long time.
It is. It doesn't sound like a lot. I mean, nearest dam at 14 miles, 7 miles in, 7 miles back.
Yeah.
But it's, you felt every single one of those 7 miles in.
I think because of the kind of moss in the terrain and the grass at the bottom with loads and loads of mud pits, and it could be quite slidey, but then it started to convert into like gravel, concrete, and loads of rocks.
Once you got
and
higher,
then it just got more rocky and grassy, and it kept switching, so your feet felt a bit odd at times. So yeah,
basically, the higher you got, the better the track became.
Yeah,
Still a good path though. I mean, the path's really, really good the whole way in, apart from that one wee wet section.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I've no complaints. I mean, it is cold up here just now, so not going to beat around the bush, but over in the distance we can see like Loch Shield, and then we've also got Loch of Craig over the other way.
Absolutely.
Just to clarify, this Munro actually stands on its own, so it's not like a multiple route one, and it's also a there and back job.
It's a single Munro, and it's a weird Munro with the fact that the trig point's over on the peak before, the south peak, which is Munro top.
But yeah, we needed to descend down and back up 100 metres just to hit this one.
Yeah,
we'll not
linger, because here comes someone else wanting to sit at the trig. So
not just that, it's bloody freezing. So
exactly.
We're going to start moving again.
So, as you know, we've hit the cairn. We're back at the trig point that we passed on the way up, and behind us is where we've just descended down from up there. So yeah, it's pretty knackering, but should all be downhill from here. I'm a bit sceptical on it because it's not my favourite at the moment, but it should be slightly quicker regardless to get off and back to the bikes. But yeah, weather's turned a wee bit as well. It's getting a bit breezy and then it's kind of spitting, so we've slight change of attire. T-shirts are no longer the choice. We've literally got ourselves wrapped up now, so all good. But yeah, we're still going. Anything you want to add?
stop it, I was going to give a little fact as we got the trick to ourselves. They're different as from the square ones you normally see. They are newer, apparently. I think they originated in the 19th century, 1800 and something, and they're called Vanessas. So the next time you see a circular trig, you gotta come up to it and go, "Hi Vanessa."
Hi, Vanessa. Never managed to say that on the way here, but yeah, I've never seen a circular one, to be honest with you. I've always seen the rectangular ones that are kind of, you know, that cone shaped bottom.
Because Fionn then had a
Oh well, I wasn't paying attention. Apparently I have seen one. Right, well that's where we are, you know, so we descended down from the cairn, up over the ridge, back to Vanessa, and then...
It's all downhill now.
Yeah, he seems happy. Let's see how it goes. So, that was quite uncomfortable. So we descended down from the summit, past the trig point, and then it's just been like literally rolling hills, with a lot of kind of crevices and ditches, and it actually started raining, so it made it quite slippy. So a wee bit hesitant, but we're actually like not far away from that tree line there. Is pretty much where, you know, if we follow that along, that's where the bikes are pitched up. So
the reason I was patting you on the shoulder there is because he's literally just come down off there, all 987 metres of it in one go, very few stops.
yeah,
Obviously going up's a bit different because it's like...
quite impressed going up.
Workout going up.
And then Michael's obviously on the way down. He can certainly put a bit of distance, but there's deliberate because we don't want to knock each other out like skittleball, you know, like
Exactly.
skittles. So if you come too close to each other, you will, if one takes a fall, they'll wipe the other one out. So that's not what we want. So I usually let them have a wee scarper ahead of me, and I just delighted how the days went. We're not quite done. We've still got to cover that, but this is literally the first proper kind of wee stop we've had. So yeah,
we're about half a mile away from the bikes.
Yep.
And then it's really just a 4 mile cycle out.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we just came down from. So I wish it looked as easy as it is when you look at it on a phone, but it's not. So, but yeah, so pretty much we'll see you at the bikes, then hopefully at the car, and I think we deserve something after this. So we'll see you soon enough.
Right, that's us back where we stashed our bikes. So, oh. There, yeah. So that's us ready to roll.
Yeah, we're pretty much down, done and dusted the Monroe. Got back to where we chained them up against those trees behind us, and then hopefully in the next like 35-40 minutes we might be able to get to the car on these babies. So
yep, let's get going and out of the midges.
yeah, let's go.
Yay! We're back at the car.
Thank Christ. That is a long ass day. 4:30 leave this morning, and now it is whatever,
9 hours and 11 minutes later. 20 past 5.
20 past 5. However, that included 6 kilometre cycling, about a 13 or 14 mile hike with horrible floor conditions.
And then a 6 kilometre back.
6 kilometre cycle back, and you know, the odd safety break just to make sure that we're a-okay. So, but yeah, shops I reckon for something nice.
Yeah, definitely. Well earned.
Well earned.
Well done, mate. Well done.
That's it from the Climbing Clowns. Catches.
See you later.
So thanks again for watching. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. If you want, you leave a comment and subscribe by clicking on the button that will show up in just a moment. In the meantime, remember there's Facebook and Instagram as mentioned at the start. Thanks for watching, guys.